Hello everyone. Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Dead by Daylight. I believe it is February 19th live stream. I think this is a Trickster continuation, either maybe Trickster Rework, question mark, or most likely they said they're going to add a new map, so I assume it's going to be a Korea Neon Lights kind of map. Urban map. Should be cool. Let's take a look. And of course I'm late to the stream, or not stream, I'm late to the live stream that they're showing, so I'm watching recording. Let's see, I'll probably be skipping through it.
Hello,
Because
DBD universe.
it's gonna be loud and long.
We're so happy to have you back here in our living room.
I remember the last one we did, I believe, was what was it? Last one they did was Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, that's right.
I live here. It's my bedroom.
So
welcome
hopefully
everybody. We're
gonna have a lot of good things.
Fantastic show for you today. This is one of our monthly community streams.
Monthly one,
which
okay.
we kicked off just a few months ago. With each one, we're getting better, learning more things, adding new stuff. And today we have a whole smorgasbord of devs that you're going to get to meet, which is part of the purpose here, is for you to meet our team and not just hear from us.
I mean,
a lot
I'm sorry,
to talk about. We've got
not
Grimoire.
to be too frank, but I'm here to see the update, not meet the team. I really don't care about the team. As long as they produce a good product, that's great.
PTB coming next week for our next chapter.
Okay. Next chapter? Next week?
A lot of this show is going to be what you're going to see in that PTB. We've seen, some of you have already seen some of our teasers out on social.
Yeah, they're saying just like the... Oh, of course, their mic is off now. That's fantastic. All right. Blah, blah, blah.
We're doing it, which is great. We're going to imagine that didn't know.
The Grimoire? Okay, perfect. First thing is Grimoire. So we voted for the elderly lady. She looks like a female Victoria, or old Victoria, in my opinion, instead of the blue-haired Sable. So, and then the killer is gonna be, I guess we might talk about it, the like angel-like figure. And we voted for the area where the survivor studied or was working in, as well as where the killer was. Great.
All of you. But first, before we get started, just in case this is your first introduction to the Grimoire, we're going to give you...
Yeah, we know.
Team. We would call the refinement/polish phase. So, fine-tuning, finding the balance to make it feel good. And this, of course,
I believe it's going to come out next year.
Where we start looking at behind-the-scenes view of what's happening.
Progressing nicely. Recent blog post shared insights. Yeah, we already seen that. A couple of things have changed. Okay.
So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I'll talk about is the Hopeless Exile.
As in
the
survivor,
the Hopeless Exile is the realm where you banish survivors as the killer, and they must face challenges while they're in there. And initially, the way that it worked is that you would be sent there, and it was like a timer, and you could...
Would it be kind of like what we had in the one of the events, where like you put enough energy into a portal, and you get inside, and then it's gonna look something like that?
Make it go faster, and eventually you would get out. So here's what it looked like. I apologize if it's a bit choppy. This is
this is
GIF,
work in progress. It makes sense.
Doesn't seem to be loading right now. Maybe if I press again.
I think it's because you said GIF and not GIF. I think that's the reason why.
No. It's graphical user interface? Or sorry, graphical...
Okay, it's not working. Okay, it's fine. We'll go to the video instead.
GIF.
So, does this work?
Graphical image something. It doesn't mean graphical whenever we say graphical. Instead of graphical?
It's working.
It's going to be a little fast.
We drop in there.
Play it again, but this is what it was basically. So you see there's the depleting gauge around the survivor portrait. That was your exile timer, and you could collect these crystals to make it go faster. And once it was over,
so basically, the killer has nothing to do with it. You just have to run
go back
solo
to the entity's realm.
Okay.
So
interesting.
I'm gonna go back just so that we don't play the next part. And what we found is, obviously, with prototypes, we do playtests. We do a lot of playtesting internally, externally with the user research team.
I don't know about that.
With our consultants.
Why do all the patches that come out and all of the things come out, we usually have broken things, but okay.
We get a lot of feedback. And for the Exile, in the first version that we had, the feedback that we got was mostly that it felt too easy and uninteresting as Survivor. Because initially, like even before this version that I just showed, there were no crystals. You were just dodging the pillars of light that you could see in the exile. And so we added the crystals to give an objective to survivors to, play with.
Makes sense, yeah.
And to make it even more satisfying to collect, we made it give you a haste bonus, so you get like the little speed boost, and that was very well received. But even with that, the comments that we got was that something was missing. There was interactivity that was missing, and of course the level that you see here is not at all final. It's not even the layout that we want. This is really just to be able to test the exile, so we just like have a flat plane. With,
so
like,
exile just sends people there. It does not come there
in progress
by itself.
But yeah, so
you just take out one survivor for like 30 seconds or
first,
something out of the map. Kind of interesting.
No, it's not clicking. Production, help!
Okay.
Action is on it.
We had a bit of an epiphany where the survivors just didn't feel pressure for being in there. So some of the comments that we got was even that they felt safe and they felt like it was a grace period of some kind.
And you don't
for
want
30
them
seconds
to
you're
feel
just kind of chilling.
safe in the hopeless exile.
No, exactly. Like this is the killer is sending you there to punish you, so you shouldn't feel safe. So what we did, the epiphany that we had, is that it has to be like a hook, right? Previously, it counted as a hook state, but it didn't have the risk of being on a hook. So with the current version, which you're seeing at very high speed.
So you're bleeding out, it seems like, on the left side right here.
It's a very long.
So if you keep messing up, you're gonna actually get into second stage.
Video.
Right.
It's actually like a hook, 1-to-1. So you get sent there, you get your hook, and your hook timer starts draining. And here, if you get hit by the pillars, it actually depletes your hook timer faster. So there's a very high risk to being in there and getting hit.
That makes sense.
The crystals in this version, we're still exploring what they're going to do, but there is
Who's opening doors? Where's the mic on?
Which is, initially, the killer could go in there, and we removed it because we, felt that it was adding a layer of complexity that was not needed.
I mean, if the killer goes there, it's just gonna reward the killer trying to get you on the second hook right away, which would be dumb. And then it will take the killer out of the game for like, let's say 30 seconds or something like that. Then the other team can, or like the survivors can just do gens, right?
Of course, complexity and cognitive load is always something we care about because we don't want things to be difficult to understand. It may feel like, again, still that layer of
all the skipping for now, that's cool. So that's basically the entire thing.
Being drained. That's the
blah, blah, blah.
Because that is voted on.
Retribution is the
I'm
power.
going to show you, maybe the GIF is going to work. No dice, no dice. I'll give it time.
Are they doing it live? Why would they do it live? You can just record it like 2 hours, 3 hours later, whatever. That should be fine, no?
Just to give it time.
Okay, so Ray of Punishment.
So with
Isn't it one of the fighting games? Ray of Punishment. Good to Go Strife? No?
the Ray of Retribution, the first thing that we explored, you saw a doodle of that actually very recently, was the idea that
Yeah.
it was
gonna be a snake.
very, stick figure drawing is my strength. So it's the idea that you charge up this beam and there's like a warning phase and then it triggers and it fires and it does its thing.
Maybe it's what they can do is that it can be like a almost like a wall bang kind of thing where you just aim it at like this amount area. It's gonna give a warning a little bit like beep, and then it shoots, and then whoever is there across the map it downs, but has like cooldown or something. That'd be pretty cool.
And I'm gonna be very blunt and honest. It worked. Like it worked. It did the thing that it was supposed to do. However, coming back to the feedback, we got consistent feedback both internally and externally from the user research team. Which, by the way, if you don't know, you can go to the behavior website to sign up for the playtest squad. You may test a bunch of different things, not specifically the Grimoire, but if you're interested in helping out, you could do that. So user research team with their playtest squad and the consultants, the feedback was consistent that it lacked depth and skill expression.
Is it really live? I don't think you need to do it live at all. Like that should be fine. And they just come up with some questions that, or like ask people to submit some questions beforehand and see if you can pick some. Yeah, it's not going to be as interactive, but like at least you have things working and it's going to be smooth, but fair enough.
And obviously, when we design a killer power, we want it to feel engaging. And when there's no depth and no skill expression, it ends up kind of falling flat. and that's not great.
No. Well, you want the fun again.
Yes.
All right, cool. So what are we doing now?
We're having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, of course. So it looks like this might be the map, right? Korean, very cool.
For letter, and then you.
All right, so
right. So I'm gonna show you the GIF now because it's actually playing. So this is the current version, or the previous version. Sorry, was the beam. So here you see, you're aiming as the killer, and then you fire it, which has the expansion, which was the warning phase, and you got the blue part, which is the actual effect phase. So like I was saying, we got consistent feedback that it lacked depth and skill expression, and this our players, the people that got to test it, the playtesters, they were very creative in using it. They were using it through gaps. They were using it, over loops, which was cool. But even with all of that, it still didn't meet the criteria or the expectation that they had with a killer power. Which, because it was consistent, we had to pivot.
I mean, it's kind of cool how they're talking about it. Yep, sure, but
and at this point, we challenged our own assumptions, which is, does the beam actually have to come from the killer itself? Because it's very, I think, intuitive to think that a beam that you fire comes from you as the killer, but we challenged that. And so
what are they gonna do?
The alternative
It's gonna be coming from above.
And I'm sorry for making this comparison.
But we already have
I
Vecna.
apologize, but I have to because it's the easiest way to explain it. Is kind of like an orbital laser, right?
Yeah, but then we have Vecna like that. Kind of like a round circle where you cannot stand out of the way to take damage.
Version that we are testing.
Let's see.
So you can charge, which has this pillar that forms and starts moving away from you. And as it moves away, you can control it. And then you can fire it as well, which will basically send it flying in a straight line from whatever direction it was going. And it will also increase in speed like twice or 3 times or 4 times maybe. Who knows? We'll have to see. Balancing. But so far with this, it's been super promising. Everyone that's seen it, everyone that's
do you have to be inside to not get hit, or does it still work in like check and stuff?
Comments, and we feel that this is.
It seems pretty fast, but fair enough. Let's see how it's gonna go.
Candidate to kind of like answering those comments about skill expression and element of predicting that as opposed.
All right, they're showing the gift for a while.
Right, so,
very divine.
Very divine, sure.
We're 3 seconds.
Have
Seeing
we can update
the new roadmap for the vote, but realize also
ourselves.
Okay, give us more things.
We're going to
very, very exciting, and this is just a sneak peek. We'll have more to show next
sneak
week.
peek of the outfit and stuff for both the killer and the survivor.
Yes.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Seems like kind of like an alien stuff in the eye in here.
I also brought a teaser. So
this is a teaser.
All
right, voting roadmap, February 27th, which is in a week or so. Killer final concept is going to be shown. Killer name, or I guess we're gonna decide it maybe. Survivor final concept, survivor name, killer weapon, chapter name. Okay, that's whatever. March 19th, which is like 3 weeks after that. 3 weeks. Killer perks, survivor perks, killer Mori storyboard. That'll be cool. I think I'm excited about the killer Mori because I feel like for some of the killers it's just not as exciting. So hopefully the developers, or I guess the community, would rather talk about what they want to do, what they want to implement. That'll be cool. And then they're gonna have chapter logo as well. Cool. All right, perk updates. It says all kill comeback for right here. And this is gonna be the map racing, right? You'll see the battle here. It's gonna be like tight streets, maybe, or
watch chat. Looking into this chat is like looking into the abyss. And halfway Diego last time he was here. This is Diego.
Cool.
Just a close
undertaking. So they're gonna be just their descriptions. Many of us worked on every part of the description. Overhaul does not change gameplay. Yeah, it's just a description overall, so it doesn't matter.
Undertaking, really.
So just the description
obviously
changing. Short and modernize all perk descriptions. Cool. Adjust the length. Use modern player facing language. Increase consistency across descriptions. Cool.
Look at live.
For example, so we get a bunch of things here. Haste increases survival speed.
So
blah,
here's
blah,
a
blah.
look at old light. You probably like this one. It has like a, maybe there's like a
What, nostalgia?
there are like memories of, that's the way you look at light. And this is the new light.
Okay, whenever you medium or fast vault, I mean, that makes sense. You gain 50% haste for 3 seconds. You gain exhausted. extra info is fantastic. So we can just do that, and then it's gonna say, for example, I assume it's gonna say haste is this, exhausted is this, right?
It's obviously a lot
That's
shorter.
kind of nice.
Hit mouse to.
And then expanding tooltip, so you can show hide status effect reminders. Perk descriptions now display your mapped key for the activability
Here.
button.
So
Okay, so for example, if you say press E to do
This is a
something
new
instead of
feature,
press ability
and-
button. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. So for example, if you do that, it says haste, and exhausted shows you this. Okay. Makes sense.
Emphasis that is easy.
still
Mhm.
long.
My ADHD.
Dark
cannot.
Devotion, for example, right? All this shit is too much. So they're gonna change it
Yeah.
to this. When an obsession takes damage for 45 seconds, your terror radius is set to 40 meters. The obsession has your terror radius. You gain undetectable. Perfect. And then when you click that, undetectable, you have no terror radius, have no red stain, so I just
It
can see
uses the bullet
aura.
points to really convey the information after the trigger or the condition.
In this,
Good, good,
on
good.
background
I
play.
appreciate
there used
that.
to be upper colors.
Same for background player. Like as you start running, gain 50% haste for 5 seconds, gain
It's always the
exhausted.
same.
Yeah, cool.
I can't read it. It's too small.
No
It's so
add.
short that
When all generator is completed, dynamic ignites within 4 meters. Survivors see you expanding. Within 4 meters, survivors see the hex totem's aura.
yeah,
Makes sense.
it's a lot shorter. For
You could say that.
Alright, dead hard. You have too many
Easy.
things. Whenever you're unhooked, while injured, press use E, for example, right here. So this will help both on console and on PC. Fantastic. It's gonna say endurance,
Read.
exhausted. If you want to see more
Yeah,
info,
you
you
say
see
that?
this.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just wish we see. Maybe they're gonna talk about it. I really hope we see a loadout where we can have in lobby, which they promised for a long time, where we can see other people's perks, and then also my personal gripe, or not gripe, but my personal wish is sometimes when you have if you survive in the game and then you see there's a hex totem or hex perk, something activated, maybe you're not paying attention for like a half a second that it flashed, and then you don't really know what it is unless you can kind of deduce it. Wish you can click like escape or whatever, where you can check your own perks now on the bottom right. I wish there was also an option. It shows you the description of the hex itself. I think that would be really, really good.
Equally, I think most of the perks we've cut a lot of text, so it's a lot shorter, a lot easier to understand. But some perks may look different, and I think there's going to be like there's going to be a lot of clerical work.
95% better. That's good.
To be
So if you look at
It makes sense. It makes sense. I appreciate that.
has a
That is
lot of
fantastic. All right, auras. Yes. So a ton of things.
different
What are you gonna
colors,
talk
a lot
about?
of different auras.
Changing their colors, maybe.
And it has been something that have been added and organically evolved over time. Again, as Thomas said, we're almost 10 years as a game.
So the vaults
So
and
we're
things
seeing
are in
how things were added for the best.
are in yellow.
For
Gens
gameplay.
are in where's Gens? Gens are in red. Hatch is
we
red.
have decided
Hooks
to
are red.
start rethinking about the auras
Okay.
to meet the players' better experience. So to better understand the game, to better learn. So
Yep.
all UX related. Plus, seeing how the new art vision for the game could fit the game in the sense.
Okay. So talk auras. What is
I
this?
think we have cases where color perception being reduced.
Colorblind? Yeah,
or
colorblind. You would
different.
not be able to make it.
Auras are super hard to see.
I wish they would just give you an option to change colors of things as well. Besides gamma, you just can toggle. Maybe they're gonna talk about it. You can toggle the colors from whatever, like RGB, whatever your choice is. Like even the scratch marks, for example, red scratch marks sometimes fit in some maps. So what you can do is you can just make them like bright purple or whatever else, so that it's easier to see.
Even for us.
Yeah, makes sense. We want a unified look and system. Let's have auras match artistic vision. Some things will look different. So ours will appear in blue now, okay, by default. So that means that hopefully we can change it. Hatches and knives and lockers will match the white color we use for killer objects.
with me.
Okay.
We are doing.
Okay.
Now
cool,
you're
cool.
going to go. Be
Now
able to
auras, here you go. Perfect. All right, thank you. At least not this if it's not pre-made, but it's here. We can see generators, hooks, pallets, window vaults. The only thing I want to see other than this is the scratch marks. Like, why is there no
to the
scratch
beta
marks?
tab and try new colors.
Let's see. Are people talking about it?
Outside the match or inside the match doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. But the
For
scratch
you
marks though.
to change things to fit better the experience you want to have as
but
a player.
it's fantastic.
No matter if you're a survivor or killer,
So I really
you're
appreciate
going
it.
to be able to start tweaking
This is good.
some
So I can see my teammates in yellow, for example, or no, I can see my teammates in, I don't know, orange. Vaults and stuff is gonna be blue. Basically anything. That's really good.
colors.
But scratch marks though.
More
Oh, yes.
colors than the scratch marks.
Yes.
So they are different. They go there. And you can see, by the way, that the color palette has way more colors than the scratch marks.
Wait, where are the scratch marks? I don't see scratch marks. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? Generators, hooks, pallets, window vaults. Where are you?
That was more like it is. So you go there, and you can see, by the way, that the color palette has way more colors than the scratch marks.
You didn't say anything about scratch marks.
They are different.
Let's see.
They may evolve from here to PTV and release, but we are trying to provide the colors that.
Okay, as long as it actually shows us the. Yeah, it doesn't show smash marks,
I don't
man.
need them to be red. I just can go and say, hey, give me cyan or something like that meant.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, nice.
Promote this feature, choice for remain consistency, clear rules, there will be refining colors and adding new options. Okay, so actually it does show you this. It just does not, it was not on the menu. Cool. Okay, this is actually really good. So I will change that to probably something else when I play killer. That's good, that's good.
So, color.
Will there be a red stain color change option for survivors?
So the red stain is something that we have in our radar.
Okay, but they still have not looked at it yet. Cool. Alright, killer update. Heck yeah. Let's take a look. Hello.
Thomas
Alright, we plan to... Wait, what? Oh,
was mentioning earlier in the...
Of course, they're not showing the right one.
Code
Cool. Okay, killer actions. What is this?
right now, we have going to be doing the distinction between basic and special breaks.
Okay. So basic break would be just broken by any killer, like default killer ability. Like, for example, a trapper, you just break it with your feet. Versus special break, I assume that will be something like Nemesis break, right? Nemesis does M2, that's a different break. Vault by killer, default, window vault, down pallet. So this will be special vault related to, let's say, Vecna. The not the first one, but the actual one that came out first, the Lich. If you fly and you go through the window, I think it's going to be counted differently. Okay, generate explosion kicked versus unique power or
and special
perk ability. Okay.
And when relating to generators,
Where's
we're
my
going to
speed?
have the
0.75.
damage generated action, and then the new concept we're going to introduce, we're going to be like codifying is generator explosion. I think that, you know, basic and special breaks and vaults, pretty self-explanatory. Okay. Basic is when any killer can just do the standard action.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, we've talked about it. So what are we doing about it though?
Yeah,
special
so
break.
As you can see, game complexity has grown a lot.
Okay, so basically this tells us that like hitting a drop out, so they're gonna add things to it. So revving a chainsaw, it's gonna say hitting a drop pallet or breakable wall, special break it. Makes sense. This is fantastic. So it actually tells this to us that we can use it to break things.
We have the
and now I have to like learn it by hand. Same thing when you special vault pallets, the pallets special break for the iridescent button for the not twins. Oh my gosh, the Legion. That's right. Okay. That's cool.
Newer players, the players who are just coming in.
Now this one says when the killer performs break action, but when you say break a pallet or breakable wall, so wait, this one just means breaks a pallet or break a wall or damages a generator.
You've got hundreds of hours in the game.
What would that mean? Does this mean we can actually not see it anymore? Is the perk changing or what?
Oh my God, I didn't realize that perk did that on this.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm skipping a lot of things just because it's a very long stream. It's like it's already been like 1 hour 22 minutes right here, and I've compressed it into 20 minutes.
Powers. It's so they just will.
Okay, surge because it was removed, lose 8% progress and start regressing.
Explode and then so we find together
Okay.
obtuse to figure out.
After
what does
basic
acti-
break to basic break to pallets. Okay, this makes sense. This would definitely make sense. Here it tells you, you know, if you're a nemesis, you need to basic break it, which means you need to do the spacebar break versus the one
What does
you do.
it, you
Okay.
know, how do you
Actually,
activate
that makes
something?
sense. That makes sense.
We
Yeah.
want to, you know, care.
That makes a lot of sense. This is good. This is good. They're clarifying things. Cool, cool,
It is
cool.
the first
Okay, what is this?
DBD item, and
Fog vial? Yeah.
in this PTB, we've provided an update to the fog vial item, as you can
Okay.
see on screen. It is now we
So you can see things inside it, but not outside.
We've
Okay.
like really worked hard on the consistency, making sure that the power and the obfuscation sort of
That makes
design-
sense. So basically, you toss it, and then you toss it early, and then you try to, you know, run somewhere or stay inside. And if it goes inside, they can actually
is now
see
more
you.
consistent.
Okay, cool.
However,
That makes sense.
cloud.
Survivor preview?
Outside, it is now always perfectly opaque. Well, not perfectly, but it is like now, like it's
So you can
clear
see-
when you're in the
oh.
fog cloud and when you're out of the fog cloud. So because before that, because of the lighting and consistency, it was hard to sort of understand the boundaries of the fog
Okay,
cloud.
cool. Makes sense.
Features, yeah.
I'm
because
don't have anything to go against
on
this.
the
I don't really
demo,
use them
kinda
much,
say-
but
yep.
we'll see.
Also
Yeah.
looks the same. And now
Okay.
we on the wither dial as well. You can see
They look the
it
same?
blocks the house. So
Perfect.
I'm really looking forward to see how people.
Okay.
It's been on
All
my
right, Trickster
mind
update.
for a couple of
Here you go.
months now. So in this update, we really wanted
Those
to
apps.
focus and see and take into account the feedback from Trickster from the previous update in 7.4.
Yep.
And we really wanted to focus on Trickster's range identity. For killers, we really wanted to make sure
gonna
that
change
we
it?
celebrated accuracy with blades, managing blades for more rewarding shots, and like really make sure that we reward skill expression with an updated certain.
A lot of talk. Okay, blah blah blah. Let's take a look at what they actually do.
And you will see your style ranks evolve in real time. This is
Style rank goes from E to S, I assume.
exclusive
That's
to
cool.
killer only. Survivors don't have access to that information.
Okay.
And as you can see in the lower left corner, we have reduced his blade count a little bit.
Control.
As part of the balancing.
It
You can
changed as
play
like
with
a
that on the PTB,
shotgun?
but also there's now a
Makes plus rate the
dedicated button for main event when it becomes active.
Oh, main event. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So just a little bit of history
All right. So, what do you mean hidden?
of Trickster combo systems.
Oh, combo was not
Originally-
there. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we had the combo. I believe there's a couple of add-ons, or maybe it's only one, that happens if you. It's like a hidden timer or counter where if you hit a survivor, and you do not miss a single blade, you speed up by 1% for each blade you hit. Consistently. So it is hidden. Now it's actually gonna be visible. That's cool. Effect score events. Okay, reward blood points. Okay, this is 7.4. Track the consecutive blade hits. Rewarded accuracy for the longer main event. And then 9.5.0, we got rewards accuracy with blades, tracks distinct actions in trial, improves Trickster's blades throw and locker reload speeds. Okay, so the better you are, the faster you reload. Maybe the faster you throw too. Ties skill to reaching S rank and unlocking main event faster and more often.
In 4.6, it
Long time back.
is
Sorry.
hey,
Yeah.
2021. Hey, it was hidden, it was not visible, and it only helped basically reward you for playing smart. You're playing, you can allow even rank or
All right, so we go E, D, C, B,
refreshing
A,
your
and
timer.
S.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And what-
Makes sense. It's like all games.
Target, and then he is going to throw a blade, and as you can see, that was the first hit, and the Trickster gained a style point. As you can see, he went up, he got 1 style point in E
Stylish
rank,
guy.
and
Styling things.
went
And
up
then it
to,
went down.
half of E rank. Each style rank has a different amount of
Okay. 1 moment. Let me double check things. All right, we're back. Let's take a look.
style rank has a different amount of points to increase, and basically it's by chaining actions that you go up in style ranks.
Do you have? Do
I mean,
they
that makes
decay
sense.
at all?
Yeah. So basically, if you do not gain a style point periodically, you will decay
drops.
from rank. So
Yep.
you'll go, for
Okay.
example, from C rank to D rank back to E rank.
Okay.
So if you have a hard time engaging with finding survivors, stuff like that, unfortunately, your style rank will go down.
Yep. That makes sense.
Here's an example on screen of style ranks. As you can see,
it went from D to C right away.
Damaging Yunjin, got a style points for injury, got a style point for breaking a pallet.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool.
Got a style point for injuring another survivor again, but not for doing the same action twice in a row. This is so that's a we consider a combo.
Interesting.
Doing different actions back to back.
What if you injure them with knives? Would that be different?
So for players who really want to main Trickster, learning how to weave your actions, blade throw, injure.
But it feels like, blade throw would make sense, right? Blade throw to injure, and then that just M1. I guess you can break a pallet in between if the people are running around. That's about it, no?
Breaking a pallet, breaking a wall. I think that's going to make interacting.
Breaking a wall would be stupid if there's specific walls that you don't want to break, because you're wasting time doing other things, no?
In parlance.
But let's see what bonuses there are.
And so now you're interacting with every sort of rate. What about main event? Well, we're getting to that. But then we need to talk about S rank. So when you reach S rank, Trickster gains maximum throw rate, reveals survivors with killer instinct, and then gain access to main event. So at
only when you have S, you have main event?
66 seconds to basically go super intense on survivors and find
66 seconds.
Kept the theming then, the double numbers.
Yeah. Well, also the killer instinct. You reveal survivors with killer instinct for 4.4 seconds.
Okay.
4.4.
I was going to say, is that 66 seconds?
We had to keep 44 somewhere.
You have to have 44 in.
Yeah. So that's it. So well, you're in S rank. You're at your strongest sense, and
Is that 66?
Wait, let me just make sure. No, you already. Oh wait.
To
Just
basically
make sure does it only proc when you have S? No. Okay, yeah, that is correct. So you need to get S
on survivors and find them. I would send survivor in your S rank, but then when you hit survivors in main event, you basically refund style points at the end. So now, as you can see on the video, you've gained S rank, and Trickster activates main event.
That's super fast.
And then
no, I guess not.
You're hitting blades with survivors, and each blade triggers a bonus point. And when you're in fatigue, you get back
to B
your style ranks.
Okay.
So
you don't lose.
That makes sense. So it goes from S to B, basically high, low B.
Options are open to you. Do I use S rank to stay consistently stronger for the entire duration?
Okay.
And then return to E rank?
Okay.
Because S rank is like a super mode. You have to kind of, But the question is, where and when do I get to use main event to hopefully?
But it feels like main event would only be tied to this, so people would just have to get to S as fast as possible.
Style ranks and keep the pressure going.
That makes sense. And so you can activate it manually. You can choose when and where.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's like a lot of
all right, cool. Well, that's pretty fun. Let's see how it's gonna work out. Let's go next. New map, finally.
Very new. And so, I'd like to introduce Michael. Michael, would you like to say what you're?
We saved the best for last. What I wanted to say.
And so it is my great pleasure.
Yes, just say
Trickster's
Delusion. Okay.
Now, this map also comes with its own realm called the Sleepless District.
Activate windows on the bottom right. That is the funniest part. I'm sorry, this is just funny. Right here. That is not me. This is the developers. People talking about it? No? Activate windows, yes.
There is blood and bodies littered throughout the streets. There are posters of the Trickster himself, scattered everywhere, plastered on all the walls. And there are even fireworks that can be triggered at some point during the trial.
Oh, that's
fireworks. I assume it's related to the gen somewhere close to fireworks.
Especially those that read Korean, I think they'll find that this construct serves more of a torturous reminder for the atrocities that Ji-woon has committed and how he can never escape them.
This is looking so
That's pretty cool.
So the gameplay area for this map is 23 tiles. The layout is static, similar to Raccoon City Police Station.
Good.
We really wanted to use the structures and the landmarks to give a certain sense of directionality to this environment. This is something that I really tried to implement on the previous map that I did, which is the Ormond Lake Mine. And we wanted to help create like a layout that was fairly simple and easy to learn. Now, this is easier said than done for a city block, but
That's cool, that's
the
cool.
map can actually be divided into 4 sections, and there's a main road that cuts right through, and that both exit gates can be found on either end of this main road, and they do not change. So in one corner of the map, I can explain, there's the main building, which is the nightclub. And then opposite to the nightclub, we have the market and the park, which is a bit more of like a open area with a bit of greenery. In this market and park, players can find a very familiar building with a certain layout that has been themed to the to the environment. And finally, we have the high streets and the low streets.
Okay. Okay. So, I assume this is the nightclub right here. This is the market. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that would make sense. Gates are 1. And where's the second gate? Here? 2? Right here. 1, 1 and 2, I think. These are the exits. And then, okay. That's pretty cool. But you can't go inside though, so it's kind of not, I mean, I guess I'm not saying that ideal, but like if you have a huntress or something, it might be pretty easy to hunt it, maybe, question mark? I mean, we'll see about that, but okay, looks cool.
Kind of gives a preview.
Look at the colors.
That is
Yes,
amazing.
the
That's a
map's
nice.
layout.
That's a really
Neon.
those palettes.
A nightclub, market and park, low streets, high street.
So having it split like that, it just helps so much.
Or it's even a backstage area.
That's cool.
And at the center is a very ominous looking mosh pit where thick fog enshrouds a dark and mysterious scene that we can find below. There's also a spectacular light show accompanied with by some music done by the Trickster himself, but we'll let players discover that for themselves. In the market and park,
so this
it's
is
lot more
a
open, as I've said previously.
open
There are
air,
food trucks, market stalls, vendors' tables scattered all throughout.
Cool.
And we really wanted each section of this map to have its own sort of unique feel and aesthetic. So the border walls of this market that surround the whole thing are done with a more sort of traditional style, you know, stone wall. And we can see these beautiful paper lanterns all hung up.
It's so pretty.
Wait,
It's so
is that a hatch inside shack? Question mark? Because it certainly looks like it. Isn't it always spawning outside on this side, away from opposite side of the window? Question.
I remember when the team was starting this, the goal was like make the prettiest map possible, and kind of did
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, so
Hopefully it runs
the
well,
market
hopefully it's
too, it serves
balanced
as a nice contrast
not too bad.
between the futuristic, you know, like super bright, colorful, modern aesthetic that we have elsewhere throughout the map. This one's a lot more sort of traditional, and it'll give players a bit of a break from the ultra stimulating lights and colors.
Okay.
Speaking of lights and colors, we have the high streets. So here you can find stores, restaurants, even a karaoke bar.
Yes.
When
I saw the karaoke, it was like I'm such a karaoke fan. I was like, it's like a gift from God.
Oh yes, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you can't go inside it, right?
Adding these cool little areas.
So many.
So yeah, the high streets are even paved with like you know, special tile, and it's all blocked from vehicle access, so it's like a pedestrian-only area.
Okay.
That's so cool.
These are some examples of
That's cool.
the interior of the stores.
There's,
The overall
freezer inside.
ambience is a lot brighter and
What is this?
cleaner and livelier. Oh, this
Fish
is
with
Chuck, by
head?
the
We
way.
love
I
Chuck.
was gonna say, yeah, I can
love
see
Chuck.
Chuck.
He's friendlier than he looks.
His knife looks like a zook.
So opposite,
Chuck.
yeah, opposite to the high streets are the low streets.
Uh-huh.
So here, you know, you can find some stores and restaurants as well, but there are also a few abandoned buildings, and the mood is a lot dingier and darker. So it was super important for us that these two districts have their own unique, distinct identity. Because
cool.
again, they can feel pretty maze-like.
Yeah, I think you can tell that as well. From
Yeah,
the
you gotta remember
pictures.
the
There is
layout.
that distinction there, so
might take some
that's been
time.
really good. And I gotta say, I
But it's
love
good
on
that
the
it's like doesn't
PowerPoint
change
there,
at all.
you've got in
So
the
you just
top
have to like,
corner
I guess
there,
palette
the
palette
highlighted
location will
area
only
for
change, but
the
that's about it. Everything else
Yeah,
you
that's
can
a
you,
really great
you
way
kind of
to-
rely on.
to walk through this.
Really, really good. I love it.
Yeah, well, those two zones, especially like on either opposing corner, the high streets and low streets, they act as a nice foil to like the map's more sort of overall layout being a bit very simplistic and static, because you have all kinds of stores and alleyways, you know, connecting and chaining together. And the level designer did a really cool job finding all kinds of ways to make some cool loops and to ensure some interesting gameplay.
I think you've all done amazing on this. I'm
Cool.
really excited
Cool.
to see this map coming.
Got a subway. Do you get inside or is it blocked? I assume
Yeah,
it's blocked,
because
right?
it's been a long time.
Or do you actually?
Again,
Maybe
look
that's
at
gonna
that
be
right there. Look at that detail. There's so many little bits.
Yeah, we actually have some in-game footage here.
Killer shack or killer basement.
If you could click play, awesome.
So for this map, we really wanted to blend the aspects of indoor and outdoor maps together. So there are many places to hide and be stealthy, but there are also some open areas and large streets and alleyways for
The only thing is like
ranged
in
killers.
here it looks like there's this
killers with
all.
damage
There's no
powers.
pallets here. If you're on the main street, you're kind of effed. Like there's no pallet here. There's no pallet
intersecting, and you
here.
have the alleyways,
If you just like on the open, you're trying to run from here to maybe here,
you know, cutting
this is your only
through one
pallet.
another, makes for some
and it's not even that
rather
safe. It seems like.
interesting gameplay.
Okay, so subway is locked. Oh, okay. Subway is the actual
Yeah, the
exit
gates
gates.
are
That's
really
cool.
That's really
subway.
cool.
I love it.
So we knew that creating this type of environment would be
It's darker. That
a
looks cool
very
too.
tricky challenge because, you know, basing it on
Okay,
the city of
everything's
Seoul,
unsafe pallet
its unique
here.
Identity is so tied with visual clutter
No
and
pallet there.
constant, you know, visual noise, and we knew that we had to make sure that the density of lights and colors still had to be pretty high to best represent the environment that we were depicting. But at the same time, this came with a bit of a cost. We recognized that it would hinder.
I don't see any
some of the
pallets in this
players',
area whatsoever on the
capabilities
top.
for finding some gameplay objectives.
Yeah.
So how do you?
So I'm
That's a
happy to
vault?
announce that we
Question
also
mark?
created a. Oh, that's the same video. A new asset that will be paired with generators.
Okay.
It's a unique sign that will flicker and until the generator is complete.
Okay, that's
So
good.
hopefully
That's
this
good.
will allow players to kind of view it from a distance and be able to spot these all throughout the map.
Okay.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's not just in buildings. It's going to be generators that are on the outside as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Wow.
So
That's good. That's good.
we'll have
I
them
appreciate
on,
that.
in the front of.
I wish we had
certain
that on a couple of indoor maps because it's only on like Larry. Right? Is it Larry's Memorial Institute? The one where the doctor is there. So because the signs actually flicker if there's a undone gen inside.
to indicate when
So,
generators are inside.
Okay.
But for
That's
the
how it
ones
usually
that are
works. But
outside, we
no
figured we
other
might
like
as well
indoor
make
map
this language
has it, which is
consistent and
not
just have
ideal.
them
But that's how
everywhere.
it is.
That's cool.
This is a look at the exit.
It's a little bit, there's not much
I was talking to Dork
things to hide behind, but it does look really cool.
earlier about
Not gonna
this because she captured a bunch of these shots earlier, and even this is apparently quite a creepy experience when even though you're escaping, it's a bit of a creepy, spooky.
Yeah, not much to hide. You don't really,
subway
You never
not
quite
hide
know
here, you
where
can't
you're
hide
going
here, so it's really
when you run
easy
through
for
those
killers
exit
to know
gates.
that you're hiding behind the
So
block.
the killer
Okay,
change
fair.
the colours.
Yeah,
Colors.
so overall, it was pretty challenging working on this environment. It was super, super fun, though. It was a very fun challenge. Our environment team, we're not the biggest, and we had to be very clever with how we modularized everything to fill the most space in the smallest
Okay,
amount
one
of
pallet
time.
there.
But we also wanted to keep, areas unique enough
That's
to stand
the
out
only
as
pallet in
landmarks,
the
'cause we didn't want
area?
it to be just one gigantic maze.
One vault.
Yeah,
So this
having
is
a
shack.
landmark is really important.
Looks cool.
You can find out where on the map you are when you're playing, things like that.
Uh-huh.
The shack.
That's right.
I'm just enraptured. I'm sorry. I should be filling the air here. There's Chuck again.
Ooh, just one
Okay.
chuck.
There is a second character
vault.
similar to Chuck who actually is my favorite that I will not spoil.
I think
It's
I prefer
your
that one.
favorite.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
picked
oh,
Got a
you might-
store with the
favorites.
pallet.
We're going to have a civil war between those two mascots.
Okay,
I'm
two
sorry,
pallets.
but you
Okay, that
can't
is
pick
better.
Favorite.
Bok choy.
Well,
Is
now
it?
we just showed it.
Secret spoiled.
That is not.
Yeah, so there are a lot of cool
No
Easter eggs
pallets.
and secrets kind of
Maybe
littered
pallet here,
throughout this
hopefully.
map.
No
Some,
pallets.
jump
Where are the
scares,
pallets?
Maybe. I won't spoil too much.
It seems like an empty building,
Players are
man.
gonna have a really fun time
At least have like one pallet blocking something here, no?
exploring these and discovering these.
Okay,
for
one
themselves.
here,
Oh,
one
I'm
here. Okay,
definitely
that
looking
makes
forward to
sense.
Seeing them finding the Easter eggs.
I'm
And
very
seeing the posts on it and see who finds
One
them
here. Okay,
first.
that's good.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
good.
I'm super proud of all the people that contributed to this map. I think it
Karaoke,
turned
yeah.
out great. The audio, the VFX, the animations, the level design, of course, the lighting.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's
all of
cool.
it helped to come
It'll be
together
interesting
and
to see. So
breathe
that's the
much
only thing
life
they're
into
really
this
showing
environment.
is that
And I think yeah,
we
players
have
will
Trickster
fun
Rework,
exploring,
we have
ducking
shortening
and
of
hiding, and also stalking
Perk's
and
names.
chasing in
Nothing
this,
else related to them. They're not changing their
Trickster's delusion.
effects.
It looks fun, and it's
the only other thing is the map.
I like that name because it's basically like a hell of his own.
We got to see in
making,
PTB.
right? Like, it's beautiful, but he's being tortured by his past. We got some questions. First one, Richard Carter, 2021. How large is this map?
So as I mentioned, it's 23 tiles.
Yeah,
but this doesn't include the
nothing.
border fence. Usually, I think when we calculate the number of tiles and we give that as a surface area, it's not including the border fence.
That doesn't mean anything at all. Can you tell me, like, approximately what's the size now compared to other maps? Is it similar to Ormond, which is big? Or like, you know, Ormond Ski Resort is pretty big.
What map does that compare with?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think.
I've been told it's on the smaller side.
Yeah.
Smaller side.
You know, there's no change in like elevation, like no secondary floors in this map.
Okay, that helps, yeah.
But there are, like, I know that the nightclub, because that mosh pit in the center is quite large, but you cannot access it. It's more of a, you know, a pit where you can go around the middle.
Okay.
That's a lot of unused gameplay space, and there is, you know, it's a pretty big building to kind of navigate, like go around, but there's a lot of gameplay elements and some cool.
Well, we'll see. But if it's on the smaller side, that's might not be ideal. But we'll see.
Okay, another one.
This is similar to like the game, but it's just one layer.
Your realm so much, but from DJ Leader, will there be music?
There will be music in the club, but not at first.
Oh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Maybe if you do the gen there?
From Ravens AZ, what realm will this be part of?
So as I said, this is going to be a new realm, and it's going to be called the Sleepless District.
Sleepless District.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
It's so cool.
And also, we did want to mention, this will be in PTB on Tuesday, so just a few days away. It's PTB, so we're still actually not shipped yet. So we're still doing optimization on the performance of it. As you might imagine, there's a lot going on in this map. So what you experience on the PTB won't be what you experience once it launches. There might be a little bit of performance work that's still being done.
Sure.
A rather long show. Thank you for sticking with us today, folks, if you have. I know a lot of you have. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for watching. Okay, cool. So, yep, as I mentioned like a couple minutes ago, it looks fine. Not too many things. I've just talked about the killer powers, the killer, like progress for the new killer in the Grimoire, and I guess the survivor, but they're going to talk about it a little bit more later. They did shorten 400 perks, just their names or their descriptions, so it's a bit easier to understand. And then you can just right click on them and see more description about the status effects and something like that. And then we have the killer rework, where basically he only enters the oh my gosh, I can't speak. He enters the showtime mode or whatever the thing is. Starstruck is the name of the perk, but he enters that mode only when he reaches an S rank, and we got a new map for Korea. Sleepless Town. That's about it. All right, we'll see how it's gonna go on the PTB, see how it works. But let me know what you think. This was 2 hours long. I tried to make it a little bit shorter, 45 minutes reaction time, but honestly, it could have been like 15-minute thing as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know once again, and I'll see you next one. Bye.